I'll go back to my chair now, and if you can't hear me, please wave at me. So we'll start today by just bringing your feet about hip distance apart and place your hands on your knees. Bring the tips of your index fingers and your thumbs together just to complete that energy circuit. And you can either close your eyes or gaze softly down at the floor. And let's begin by bringing our attention to the breath without trying to control it, bringing the breath in easily, letting it go out. Feeling the physical sensations of the inhalation, the belly opens, becomes more spacious. The breath travels to the base of the spine, circulates down, and then on the exhalation goes up and out. So there is movement of energy. If you can picture the breath like a smooth, silvery stream of energy, as you inhale, it comes in through the nose, down the throat, the chest, into the belly, the base of the spine, down the front of the spine. And on the exhalation, allow that breath to go up the back of the spine and out the top of the head. As it comes out the top of the head, visualize that there's golden raindrops coming down onto you and settling in the crown chakra. Just feel that golden nectar settling down in there where you can accumulate this ojas or this vital juice to sustain you and nurture you. The circular breath that we do is very powerful. It was taught to us by Baba's teacher, Swami Rudrananda. It's very simple, but it really works to refine the energy in your system. So you just imagine the stream of light or energy coming in through the middle of the forehead and going down the front of the spine, swooping around the bottom and exhaling up the back of the spine, out the top of the head. As you do a few more of those, notice how you feel and how your thoughts are progressing with your practice today. Notice what thoughts that you're coming in with today, what different ideas or things that are of concern to you today, and really become aware of your inner state. Just a couple more here, breathing in and breathing out, keeping it very simple this morning. Relaxing the mouth and the jaw, softening the root of the tongue, and lifting up through the crown of the head, opening the heart. Let the shoulder blades be a little support, tucking up and in. And last time, then you can slowly open your eyes. So we'll start this morning by warming up a little bit with the legs. We're going to start by scooting back in the chair just a little bit. And depending on how tall or short you are, see if you can pick up one leg and bring one knee to the chest. You may be able to put one foot up on the chair, or you may just have to hold your knee. So we're bringing the knee to the chest, and it's the same thing as when we're lying down. It's a bit of a stretch for the lower back. And then the other side. So just depending on your flexibility, you may need to hold the knee and relax the leg into the hands, or you may be able to put your heel up on the seat. And it's just the same thing as lying on your back and bringing your knee to your chest. Let's do it one more time on each side. If you have knees that don't like being compressed, then just really take note of that and don't try to force anything. And then one more time on the other side. You can circle your ankle a little bit here, each direction, and you may hear some cracking. And I guess I forgot the other side, so let's go back to this side and do the circles of the ankle. The ankles and the feet are really important for our balance. So we have to work to keep them supple. And and now let's cross one leg over to the opposite thigh and take off your nice warm sock. Work your fingers in between your toes and rotate the ankle again. Try to work your fingers in as far as you can. In the beginning, it's not very comfortable, but then it comes to be something which really you like to do because it makes your feet feel so good. So rotate each direction, popping and cracking. There's nothing wrong with that unless it is accompanied by pain. And we'll change sides now. You'll notice that I don't refer to right and left because I'm not really very good at doing that. I'm a little bit dyslexic, so I will usually just say one foot and then the other. So we're rotating. I've tried over time to develop that skill and it just doesn't seem to stick in my brain. But about 5 years ago, I gave up berating myself for anything. So I'm still a good person, even if I can't know right from left when I'm instructing. Okay. And then bring the feet down to the floor, scoot to the front of your chair, and take your feet out kind of wide. As you do this, lift and spread your toes and feel how firm and steady the knees feel when you lift and spread your toes. Even create a strap from the outer heel to the big toe pad and feel how you have the arch in your foot and how the knees feel so safe. So we'll pick a leg here and we're going to work with stimulating the bottom of the feet now. You can either pick your leg up or you can let the leg do the work. So you can pick it up, bring it to the center, and then let it drop down really hard. And let's do the same leg out and we'll drop it in, drop it, and out and drop it. This stimulates all 7,000 nerve endings on the bottom of the feet and it kind of wakes you up. It's just a little bit silly, but we do this with people who have MS and Parkinson's to help bring some attention and consciousness into the bottom of the feet. Of course, when you work on the feet, you're working on a lot of other things as well. And now let's do the other leg in and out. So this also moves the hips into external rotation and internal. So we really let the foot stomp down. When you study Ayurveda, after a while, you might come across this curious fact that stomping your feet is very vata calming. Uh, I think it's just because it stimulates the flow of energy and regulates the flow of prana through especially the lower half of the body. So, a couple more times here. If you ever need to wake up quickly, this will do it. People who have back problems will benefit from that from that warm up. Now, as you sit there for a moment, notice that the feet might feel a little bit tingly. Hopefully, they do. Maybe you even feel the flow of energy up through your legs now. So, we'll lift and spread the toes here. And then let's bring the arms into cactus position. And you can sit back in the chair just a little bit, extending energy out through your fingertips. Bring your elbows and palms of your hands together, and then open out and pull down a little bit to activate the middle of your back. So the shoulders are coming apart, the shoulder blades are coming apart, and here they are coming together. And when you pull down, it's also activating a part of your back that stabilizes your shoulders. So just this simple movement, you don't have to put too much effort into it, but it really brings awareness into the middle of the back. And those are the shoulder stabilizers that keep your shoulders where they belong in the joint. And one more time, you might feel the inside of your shoulder joint getting a little bit warmer here. From this cactus position, now let's reach up into 10 and 2 position and then come down again. So now we're emphasizing the muscles that depress the shoulders. Inhale up, reach through the fingers, exhale down. Toes are still lifting and spreading. So this is kind of a Y shape, and this is kind of a W shape. I call this exercise the YWs. Sometimes I sing a little bit about the YWCA, but not for the recording. I'm not going to sing. There we go. Nice and easy. One more time. Even just these gentle movements will make you aware of the middle of your back. So, keeping your arms in cactus position and your spine tall, the chin parallel to the floor, let's rotate to one side. Try to keep your spine long and tall, squeezing from the midsection and the middle of the back, inhaling to the center and exhaling to the other side, and inhaling to the center and exhaling to the other side. One more time. Inhale and exhale, twisting and coming back to the center. Let the arms hang down now and feel the flow of energy down through the arms. The insides of the shoulders are probably nice and warm now. So, with one of your hands, grab underneath the bottom of the chair and scoot over to the side of the chair. And we're going to take a side bend, but we'll brace the hand on the chair, the opposite hand. Nice, easy side bend, reaching up and over with the palm facing down, opening the top rib cage. Breathe in, come up, and bring the arm down. Then we'll scoot over to the other side of the chair. This hand is on the chair now. This arm can come up and over. It's easier if you bring the arm in front of you first. And easy side stretch, opening the rib cage. Good. Inhale, come up, and exhale down. Stay where you are now. Have your block handy, and we're going to scoot over so much that this leg is coming off of the chair. And I'm going to put the block on the floor in this configuration and put my knee on top of it. So I'm in a lunge position with my knee on the block. And one side of my body is hanging off the end. Oh, I'm getting getting some cramps here today. Sorry. Carry on with the lunge position here. As you come into the lunge position, then also lift your chest a little bit and You can use this hand to help you steady yourself on the chair, bringing the body to an upright position. And then let's take this arm in front, pull it back into the socket so we know where it is. Take it out to the side just a little, and then slowly bring it up, engaging the shoulder blade. And see how that feels, this big stretch on this one side all the way back. If you feel like you're balanced enough, you can also do the other arm as well. And we have Virabhadrasana 1 now in the chair. As you press your knee into the block and reach up through the torso, and especially the sides of the torso, you will feel all kinds of things. So breathe and notice how you're feeling. This is a back strengthening sort of pose to be doing. Remember that this is a standing pose that we usually do, and that we take a little bit of a twist here with the upper torso. So the left shoulder will come forward and we'll face toward the front. I guess if we're not all doing the same one, it won't be the left shoulder. See, I shouldn't try to do that. And then you can even take it up and back and look up at the ceiling, or if that makes you feel dizzy, then just look straight ahead. So, Virabhadrasana 1, a big strengthener for the back, lunge position. Excellent. Exhale, bring the arms down and step together. And then we'll scoot over to the other side. And you can put the block in whatever configuration makes sense to you. Scoot over so that one hip actually goes off of the chair. Put the block underneath your knee. And then we're in the lunge position on the other side. Make sure you feel steady. And then as you inhale, lift through the chest and the crown of the head. And you can raise this arm up, palm facing towards the head, and get a good stretch here. If you feel like you can reach up with the other arm as well. And then there's a little twist. It's whichever leg is back, that side of the chest twists forward just a little bit, but it twists at the bra line. And then you've got the full back bend there. I'm again almost near a wall, so I can take my hands to a wall here and make that into the big back bend. Or you can just reach up like this. This will strengthen your back a lot. One more breath here. Exhale and let go. And step your feet together. And breathe in and breathe out. Did that feel too hard for any of you? It's easier than doing it without the chair, I think. Scoot up to the edge of your chair now, and we'll work with Virabhadrasana 2 or Warrior 2 pose. So this leg will be to a right angle, and then the other leg will extend out. It will be in front of the chair. So the back leg is not completely straight, but it's just turned in a little bit. The front leg is at 90 degrees. Take your hands to your hips now, and we're going to twist at the bra line so that now the torso is facing forward. The bottom half is set. And then to bring the arms up, let's do this in a very particular way. Let's bring them up like we're going to raise the roof. So we're pressing up like we're raising the roof, and then bringing the arms out. And then just look towards the front hand over the second finger. The abdominal muscles are engaged. You don't really have to think about that too much if you're thinking about lengthening through your spine. Lots of things happening here in this pose, so keep breathing. Warrior Two. It's a hip opener, it's a strengthener, and it really makes you work with your shoulders and the muscles in your back. And then let your arms come back down, and we'll step to the center. Take your legs out fairly wide and scoot your seat just back in the chair a little bit. We'll do a forward bend here. Come onto your elbows first here and make sure that you feel the muscles in your back engage. If you're 100% sure that you do not have osteoporosis or any back issues at all, probably it's all right for you to round your back. But if you're over 50 and you don't know if you have osteoporosis, then let's keep the back neutral where it is the most stable and strong. Now, for some of you, you can take your block and bring it in front of you so that you can bring your hands to the block. For others, you may have really long arms so that the fingertips reach the floor. It's just a matter of what you were born with. So don't worry if you can't reach the floor. Just grab your block and put your hands on the block. Keep your seat kind of sticking out a little bit and the muscles up and down the spine engaged. And then hinge forward at the pelvis to create the forward bend. Reach back with your sit bones, and you'll have this marvelous forward bend. You can let the head just hang over now. Breathing in, breathing out, lifting and spreading the toes, making sure that the knees are sitting on top of the ankles. Even roll to the outer edges of your feet for a moment and then anchor the big toe pad down so that you really get that wonderful stretch into the inner thigh. And to come up, we'll just walk the hands up and step the feet back, hip distance apart. Notice that feeling from the forward bend, how just relaxing and calming it is for the nervous system. There's almost like a wave of relaxation that goes through you after you come up from that forward bend. We'll go to the other side. The front foot is at 90 degrees and the knee is sitting on top of the ankle. The other leg is out in front and fairly straight, but not all the way. So micro bend with the knee. And then the hands to the hips. And you'll rotate at the bra line so that the torso faces straight forward and sits directly in the middle of both legs. So sometimes what I see with people is that they're surfing forward like this. We need to have the torso right in the middle. And then from there, let's do the raise the roof thing. We'll just like push up like we're raising the roof and then bring the arms out. Turn the head towards the front hand and extend energy through the fingers. The hands should feel like they're just a little bit bent, uh, like they're holding some balloons. Just very easy. And the extension of energy out through the back heel, the back hand, the front hand as well. Breathing in and breathing out, circulating the breath. As you hold this, notice if you are taking a lot of stress in your shoulders. So maybe you can relax your shoulders down a little bit, kind of like they're sitting on a little pillow underneath your armpits. Let them kind of sit there. You kind of feel that muscle underneath the armpit. Yeah. And then hands down, and let's turn to the center. One more wide angle forward bend. So nice and wide with the feet, maybe about 45 degrees with the feet. Scoot your seat back in the chair a little bit. Tilt your pelvis forward and come onto your elbows, but look up towards me. So when you do that, you'll feel the muscles up and down your spine engaging. That's what we want to have happen. You can put your head back to neutral now, or even let it hang down a little bit if that feels good to you. And then from here, it's up to you if you want to go further by tilting the pelvis forward, putting the hands on the block. But the one thing we are not going to do is round the back unless you have absolutely no back issues. This is the safest way to do forward bends. And even though they seem so simple, they have potential for injury. So I really prefer to teach good biomechanics with forward bending. The abs are just naturally engaged. The back is still working a little bit here. You can let the head hang over and focus on your breathing now. Breathing into the belly, breathing all the way out. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Go at your own pace, a pace that is comfortable for you. Feel the breath filling the belly, the base of the spine going out easily and effortlessly, long, slow exhalation. Then the breath arises again and moves. Feel the movement of the breath down and into the body, and then up and out of the body. Last breath cycle here. And then on your next inhalation, bring your elbows to your knees and then your hands, and keep looking at the floor. Step your feet together, scoot back in the chair, and just close your eyes for a moment. Absorb the feeling of that forward bend, that stretching of the spine. Calm and open. The relaxed mind is an expanded mind. So feel as if your mind is a little bit bigger. Also feel as if the body is letting go of some of the tension. And sometimes we don't know how much tension we have been walking around with until it's not there anymore. And I guess the other day in my other class, I said the same thing is true of stupidity. We don't know how stupid we've been until we're not anymore. So it's kind of funny when you look back on your life to see how much you've learned. What I love about Hatha Yoga is that you can learn through your body, and it just feels so darn good. So cross the feet at the ankles now. Sit forward and put the block between your knees. And we're going to hold the block with the knees, extending the arms forward. Cross the right arm over the left, and then you can just pull it across the body. Or if you can bend the elbows and bring the hands together into eagle position. And just do that so it feels good. Keep squeezing the block just a little bit. So we're using the inner thigh muscles here, sitting up very straight, chin parallel to the floor. Then hinge forward at the hips, tip the pelvis, come into a forward bend, still squeezing the block. Inhale, come up. Unwind your arms, press the palms away. And then we'll do the other arm on top, left arm over the right, bending at the elbows, hands together. Or if it's more comfortable for you, just letting the arm stretch across the body. Squeezing the block. Now hinging forward at the hips, the pelvis tipping forward and coming into a kind of a little baby forward bend here, squeezing the block together. Letting the shoulder blades come apart and open. Inhale, come up. Exhale, press the arms away. And bring your arms down. You can take the block out now and just put your hands on your thighs and feel the energy that you've created in your body. Let's scoot forward onto the chair now and take your feet just a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Turn the toes out just a little bit and press your hands down into your thighs and feel your abdominals contract deeply inside. That's one of the muscle sets that stabilizes your spine. It's called the TVA or the transversus abdominis. So when you press down with your hands, you activate that. And this is because there's a fascial train that connects the abdominals with the arms. Really fascinating to see this. The point being, though, before we come up to standing, we first and always need to engage the abdominals. So we don't just hurl ourselves up or down. We want to use the abdominals here very carefully. So you can lean forward with the pelvis just a little bit, press into the thighs, use your abdominals, lift your toes up, and then let's come up to standing. That's the hardest one, that first coming up. As we go down, we need the knees to track out over the ankles. So press the hands against the thighs, stick the seat out, and come down as slowly as you can without plopping at the end until the seat comes down to the chair again. Did you make it? Yeah, the slowest one wins. If you're getting a little nervous about hitting your chair or not hitting it, scoot back in your chair a little bit more so that you're sure about that. You can take your legs out a little bit wider as well. Let's do that again. First, the abdominals engage, and then we come up into the standing position. And as we go down, we engage the abs and stick the seat out a little bit, lift and spread the toes, and slowly guide the seat down to the chair. Those are hard, especially if you do them slowly. Most important thing to watch here is to look down at your knees and make sure they're not torquing in, because if they do that, the knees are not happy with being twisted. The knees are not a revolving door. They really don't like to be twisted. They like to be sitting right on top of the ankles. So let's just try a few more here. Inhale up. Hopefully it's getting easier. And then coming down. Good. Grab your belt now and let's just take the belt with a light overhand grip, a little, about as wide as the shoulders, maybe a little wider. Yeah. And extend your arms forward. Even push your shoulder blades apart so you're rounding your upper back. Now pull the shoulder blades together, back and down. Pull the head of the arm bone back inside the socket and begin to lift up with a little bit of tension on the belt with the arms firmly in the shoulder sockets. Up and down. Don't think you have to get your arms directly above your head. They can just remain here at about a few degrees in front of the body. So up and down a few times here and feeling the shoulder blades moving and working. See how you like that. Just a little bit of tension on the belt, up and down. The next time we come up, we're also going to stand up, take the arms overhead, and then when we exhale, we're going to come down and bring the strap down. So inhale up, exhale down, still going slowly. Inhale up, lifting and spreading the feet, the toes, I mean. Exhale down, maintaining the arch in the feet. Inhale up one more time and exhale down. Notice how strong that's making your abdominals. Pretty cool. Relax for a moment now. So, this next part, it's always interesting to work with the belt. We're going to take the belt and put it through both of the loops, and then we'll take it back through just the one loop and create a loop that is about as wide as your shoulders. So I'll give you a minute to do that. In the end, you want to be able to press out against the loop. Okay, Salvatore, that's a little too wide, I think. I don't know. You have pretty wide shoulders. No, maybe you were right. Just a little wider than your shoulder joints. Yes, like that. Looks good. Everybody got their loop? So you put your hands through the loop with the palms facing, pull the shoulders back and down into the sockets, and then take the arms up and down. And feel what that feels like when you have a little bit of resistance. If you find that you need the strap to be a little bit wider, then that's fine. So up and down like that will strengthen the shoulders. Yes. As you go up and down, when you get about to shoulder width here, you'll need to lift your shoulders up a little bit to go the rest of the way. But notice how, with the aid of the belt loop, it's a little easier. Don't worry too much if you didn't get the belt loop part of this. You can just do this without the belt. One more time. And this is a really good way to teach the shoulders how to move overhead. So, did that feel good to you guys? Hopefully. Was everybody able to make the belt? We're going to use it for something else now, to step both feet inside of it. And then we're going to tighten it up a little bit so that there's maybe room for two fists in between the belt loops. Actually, I'm going to change my mind here and say, let's belt it up even tighter than that. Come and sit on the front of your chair, just enough for one fist in between. After you've got that put together and your knees are belted, look down at your feet, making sure your heels are directly underneath your knees. And we're on the edge of the chair. And this time we're going to stand up and we'll have the resistance of the belt, bringing the arms overhead. And as we come down, we'll do a little cactus there. Press out against the belt, inhale, come up, And exhale, go down, stick your seat out, resist the belt, and let's do a few more. These are functional exercises that will keep you strong even when you get older, because one of the first skills older people sometimes lose is the ability to get in and out of their chair. Toes are really lifting and spreading here. One more time. Inhale up and exhale down. So that is an interesting way to do squats. It makes you use the outer hip quite a lot. And I think I was telling you last week that sometimes when I have a class that is extremely fit, we work up to 100 chair squats, and that can really make you strong. Okay, let's take the belt, toss it over to one side now. Put your hands in back of you on the chair and walk your seat forward. Lean back onto your hands and lift your chest up, and then extend your legs out in front. So we're doing this Purvottanasana pose. You can lift your forehead up, roll your shoulders back and down. If you're really, really strong, you can lift your seat away from the chair. If you just want to leave your seat on the chair, you can. Opening the whole front of the body. And then release and come back onto the chair. So we'll do a little bit of a of a twist now. Tippy toe your body around to one side and sit up nice and straight. So you're sitting sideways in the chair. Sit up nice and straight. And then we'll begin to rotate on the exhale toward the chair, holding onto the chair with the outsides, with the hands on the outsides of the chair. Lift up with the chest. The chin stays parallel to the floor. And the rotation comes in the center of the spine, and the front sit bones rotates forward a little bit. So using the chair to maintain your alignment and squeezing from the midsection and the middle of the upper back. One more breath. And on your inhale, slowly come back to the center and just put your hands down and let your body adjust for a moment. Breathing in, breathing out. And we will just tiptoe around to the other side now. And as you go to the other side, first establish your spine long and tall, lifting up through the chest, rolling the shoulder blades up and into the body a little bit. And then on your first exhale, rotate a little bit towards the back of the chair. You may feel actually like you're leaning back a little bit to maintain your spine. Then inhale and lift, and exhale and twist a little bit more, not forcefully. Those of you with the osteoporosis, please be careful with this one. And one more breath. On your next inhale, come back, place your hands on your lap, and breathe. And then let's just walk the feet around to the center. And we'll do a forward bend, but I wanted to show you a little bit different way sometimes for some of you or some people to do a forward bend. Sometimes people need to have a little extra help with a forward bend. So you can put a chair there in front of someone, and then they can lean forward like this. Or if they're able to, They can lean forward onto the chair. I was pretty sure that most of you didn't have two chairs, but I wanted to show you that variation anyway. Let's do the wide angle forward bend by sitting with the feet wide, taking the legs out, elbows to the thighs, and you tip the pelvis forward, feeling the muscles in the back, and then bringing the hands wherever they are comfortable for you to a block or the floor, and the head can relax forward. Breathe into the belly, long, slow, deep inhale, long, slow, full exhalation. As you exhale, have the idea that you're releasing any remaining tension in the body. If you're not quite sure what that would feel like, maybe you can say to yourself, I am willing to release any remaining tension. Breathing in to the belly, and as you exhale, releasing, let it go and let it be. As the muscular tension in the body releases, so does the tension in the mind. The mind becomes more relaxed, more open. You will have more clarity. And clarity is really what we're after, feeling strong, stable, and clear. Last time, breathing in, breathing out all the way, slowly coming up the head, the last thing to come up, keeping the eyes closed here. Scoot your seat back in the chair and just let your arms hang down and let all the tension drain out through the arms, hands, and fingers. Relax your shoulders and the root of your tongue. Just feel very, very relaxed and as if all the muscular tension has been released. And then, as you feel ready, you can open your eyes. And let's do one more. Cross one leg over to the opposite thigh. You can place the hand on the bottom of the foot so that the foot can press into the hand. The other hand can come around to the outside of the knee and press out into the knee, into your hand. So you're pressing in two different directions here, the knee into the hand and the opposite direction, the foot into the other hand. Begin to see if you can tilt the pelvis forward a little. If it doesn't go today, don't worry about it. Just go wherever you can, but keep the action going with the hands and the feet. You'll find that this helps you to open the hips. Some of you would be able to bring this hand down to a block and the other hand into the crook of the elbow. And keep it active, pressing the foot into the crook of the elbow or the hand. Get that full stretch. And inhale, come back up. Uncross the leg. Do the other one. So with this hand, it rests on the bottom of the foot, creating this marvelous energetic connection with the hand and the foot. Pressing the foot into the hand. The other hand to the outside of the knee. and the knee pressing into that hand. So we've got the two different actions going one way and the other way. The foot that's on the floor, toes are lifting and spreading. And then you can begin to come forward with the hips and see where you stop. And where you stop is your edge. So just pay attention. Stop at that edge. Don't be in any kind of a hurry. Listen to your body. Keep pressing into your hand. Keep the knee pressing into the other hand. Pelvis is tilting forward. The sacrum is nutated. And then you can come wherever it's comfortable for you. Some of you will be able to put a hand onto the block. One last breath in. And inhale, come up. One last time, knee to the chest. And you can let the knee track out to the side a little bit if that's more comfortable for you. Usually it is. And change sides. Go to the other side. If this hurts your knee, just grab around the back of your thigh with your hands. And so now it's time to come into Shavasana, and we're going to use the chair for Shavasana. If you lie down on the floor and put your legs up on the chair, and grab your blanket and your eye bag and anything else that you need. And you'll put your legs up on the chair. Some people can slip their feet through the opening. That makes it a little more comfortable. And as you lie down, take a couple of minutes to get yourself comfortable. Allow your spine to be completely supported. Cover up your body. Make sure that your head and neck are correctly positioned, not overly stretched. And then just relax. Start by relaxing the feet and soften the ankle joints so that the ankles feel open and spacious and empty. Relax your shins and your calf muscles. Let the insides of your knee joints be soft, open, empty. Relax your thighs and the undersides of your thighs. Soften all the organs in the center of the body and let them fall back toward the spine as if to the bottom of a deep mountain lake. Relax the shoulders, the arms, the hands, the fingers. Feel the heart soften from the inside out. Even relax the root of the tongue and soften the inner corners of your eyes. Let your forehead be wide and smooth. Your internal gaze down toward your heart, towards your own goodness, your own inner light. That place of rejuvenation, of infinite wisdom, innate intelligence. As you gaze down towards your heart, begin to feel yourself resting in that awareness, just like a welcome coming home. And we are just all walking each other home, as Ram Dass said. The inner sanctuary is within you. It is no other place, it is within you. Learn to relax and to rejuvenate in that place, to feel that place of awareness inside of you that has always been with you and will always be with you. In yoga, we learn to relate to that which is unchanging. So as you rest, begin to feel the body letting go more, the energy distributing throughout the body, the breath slowing down, the muscles around the mouth soft, and the root of the tongue is relaxed. Even take the teeth apart a little bit and relax the jaw. Feel the outer edges of the body become a little indistinct now and blurry. The breath coming in and the breath going out. Soft and gentle. Long, slow exhalations. The inhalation will arise on its own. The breath may pause on its own just naturally, and if that happens, that's perfectly fine. The breath will arise again on its own. Feel the movement of the gentle breath as it brings that healing prana or life force into your whole body and percolates down through every cell in the body. Feel the sparkling energy travel to the tips of the toes, the tips of the fingers. On your next inhalation, allow the breath to bathe the brain in light, the sparkling light, like the light on the water, the sparkling energy, the prana that can now rejuvenate and fill the whole body. And finally, the outer body becomes so blurry that you feel like the light within and the light without become one light, one space. And say to yourself, I am that spaciousness. I am that light. And know now that you can rest there for as long as you like.